Well, let's talk about like torts. Like we talked with Beezer last week a little bit about it. How did you find that? I don't want to call it experiment because he's going to be here, but a lot different from the coaches we've had in the last few years.
Yeah, it was definitely a change, different style than I've ever had for sure. I think the start of the year I was kind of feeling it out, I guess you can say. I think it was a little bumpy for me there at the start, but I think once you kind of got to know how he is and what he expects, I think as the season went on, I think a lot of guys, I think myself included, kind of started to understand it better, and I think probably eased up on me a little bit more in the second half, which was
Yeah, it
nice.
seemed like he it's funny when you listen to his press conferences. He doesn't really hold back, and he you could tell he was starting to really favor you. I don't if that's the word, if that's the
Well,
right
show
word, but
confidence,
show
obviously.
confidence
Yeah.
in you, and that's what young guys need. And you're a young, skilled guy, and it was nice to see that, and then you could see it in your play,
Yeah, 100%.
where where you're maybe not afraid to make the plays you can make. They're not always going to work, but like I feel like when you're a skilled player, you gotta do your thing, right? But it was nice to see that you seem to get more confidence the further season went.
Yeah, I think for me it's just a lot of it's kind of like picking and choosing my spots when I can do some of the maybe the fancier stuff or whatever. But I think once you start to kind of gain the coach's trust and you start to feel good about yourself out there, I think that's when you can kind of start to do those kinds of things. And I think still probably sometimes where maybe it's not the right time to maybe try a spinorama or something.
Spinorama at the blue line.
Something ridiculous, but
Yeah.
just pick and choose your spots, and I think that's when I'm playing my best, when I'm kind of mixing some of that stuff in there.
Yeah, no, it's fun. It's definitely fun to watch. I know when you scored that goal a few weeks ago, I just texted, "Ooh, that was dirty." Yeah, I was sick. Baller, you got to put that clip in there.
What would you say, like you say, like you're feeling out Torts and his style, like to get that trust from the coach, especially a guy like that that's well established and he's pretty black and white. Like what is it in your game that you really have to reel in or focus on to get that trust, that confidence from him for you to elevate your own confidence? 'Cause it's kind of like, the chicken and the egg type of deal.
I would say for me especially it was kind of doing some of the little things more. Definitely, I'm never going to be a physical guy, but just trying to use my body a little more and making sure I'm in the right position, using my stick, playing defensively. And I don't know. I would just say like little stuff like that. He obviously really appreciates like hard work and the little details. So, I just tried to kind of focus on that stuff for a while, and then hopefully let the offense come and what I can do. So that was kind of my approach to it in terms of him. And I think once I started to do some of that little stuff a little better, I think got a little more trust from him.
Yeah, that's great advice for any young listener, really.
Yeah.
I mean, it's always the little details, right? It's like,
it sounds cliche, but it's like,
yeah, I know.
it is
though.
true.
It
And
is
especially
so
with
true.
him, I think
It makes a
important.
difference.
Yeah.
In the game,
Because you could have all the skill in the world, but I mean, half the game you're playing without the puck anyways, right? And you're trying to get the puck back. So if you're just like hoping the puck's going to land up on your stick, like, it's never going to happen that way. But it is always the small details that really separate, the consistent players that play. And
that's the coach.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well,
but
I
it's
never understood it when I played. I figured it out after the fact. But
You're patrolling the red line.
Yeah, I know, right? Those details.
Those details, you're all over. You're all over those. Frosty, we don't need you doing that. We don't need you patrolling the red
You
line.
pay a little bit better when you're scoring goals.
But it makes me wonder, like, as a player, when you are a skilled player, and he's putting these things in your mouth, like, are you on the ice going, okay, I got to get, are 5 different things going through your head, but then you kind of get it and you relax more? Because it looked like I said, once he showed that confidence in you, like your game you kept getting better as the season went on.
I think that's kind of like the little breakthrough that you need, though, is like, I'm not gonna lie, there was times at the start of the year where I was probably feeling that way, like just gripping the stick too tight and like you're almost playing to not make mistakes,
right? Which is
versus
the
just going
toughest
out
way
and
to
playing.
play.
And then
Instead of playing.
once you kind of get past that, and then you're just playing hockey after that. And I think for me at least, like I play my best when I'm kind of just like not overthinking things and trying not to be too hard on myself. I think it's still something I need to work on, but yeah, I think once you kind of get through that stage, and I kind of felt that I did, and then I'm kind of just out there playing freely, I think that's when I'm playing my best. So
Yeah, I agree.
A lot of players have that block, right? It's like it is a game of mistakes, right? And to grip the stick thinking you're not going to make mistakes is like a hard way to play.
You're going to make mistakes.
You're going to
for
make
sure.
mistakes. So to play that way, obviously within reason and the boundaries of the game and the coach's philosophy, but like knowing that if you make a mistake, it's okay. You're gonna hustle back and try and make up for it as best as you can. It's not like just a mindless mistake, right? But it takes that confidence to think like that. It's tough when you're a young guy and you're trying to impress and all that stuff.
Especially
versus
with a guy like
yeah,
Torts
exactly.
coming in,
You feel like you're always
already
being
know.
micromanaged. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But no, it's very visible to see that you're able to kind of have that breakthrough, as you mentioned, because your play just kept elevating, and it's nice to see.
And it's got to give you confidence too going into next year. Like you kind of have Torts' trust. You can tell you do, and that's huge with a coach like Torts. I mean, he'll say it right out loud, but it's got to be good for you going into next year. Now you got work on your game, everything you got to work on, but coming in knowing you have his trust is got to be really good, because this year coming in, everybody's probably like, what the fuck's going to happen here, because you hear all the stories, you see Torts, like, can't miss him, that's for sure. So you must be feeling good, to get ready for the summer to come up for next year.
Yeah, 100%. I think just kind of build on what I was doing at the end of the year. I still think the way he is, I think I'm still gonna have to almost regain the trust again right away at the start of the season. So I'm not banking on him feeling that way throughout the summer. But I'll be working hard in the summer, and I think once you kind of get a little taste of a small little sample size of success like that, I think it makes you hungry for more. So I think I'll work even harder than I did last summer, and hopefully just keep improving.